now going to bow out at this point.
All right.
The floor is yours.
Call to order at 5:33. Need a motion to approve the minutes from November.
Well, as I understand that, I can't make that motion.
I'll make the motion. Are we do we have a quorum?
Yes, we do.
3 out of
Okay. I'll make the motion that we approve the minutes from November.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And a motion to approve the checklist and financial statement.
I can make the motion if everybody's had a chance to look at it. I looked at it earlier. I can make the motion that we approve the checklist and financial statements for November.
Do you have any questions, Pam?
And I will second. No, I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And a motion is needed to approve the change in payment dates for employees. Is this because of the holiday? It has to go either before or after.
Yeah, I don't want to make the employees wait until January 4th for their checks to possibly hit. So if we could move that up to the 29th or 30th, that would be great.
I'll make a motion to move it to the 29th.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I didn't see a KDLA monthly report. I think sometimes they take December off. If I happen to see one come across the desk, I'll forward that to you guys. So I do know that continuing education credits are going to be due in January for our team, our library. So that's coming up, and I'll make sure our staff gets their reports done and gets those turned in on time. So we're doing well at the library. We did have to quarantine one team of 5 people about a week ago, and we had one staff member test positive for COVID. That staff member has recovered. He's and is doing well, and no other staff member tested positive. So they should be able to come back next week. So I had a discussion real briefly with my team today, and Trimble County published a paper, an article about Trimble County having one of the highest infection rates in the state. And just with staff taking a bunch of time off for vacations with the holidays and with the infection rates getting high, we think it's probably a good idea just to roll back to curbside. We would still continue to offer fax and copying services and notary services through the curbside. People can call us and reserve items, and we'll take it to their car. So unless you guys just really strongly disapprove of that, I would like to move forward with that plan. So, are you okay with that, Michelle?
Back on the parking lot, correct?
Right.
Sorry, let's go with Michelle first.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay, Hannah, did you have a question?
Yeah, the students can still use the Wi-Fi in the parking lot, correct?
Yeah, and I'll show you our statistics later. It's getting used, a lot of use, so it's doing well. So I know it's cold. It's hard when it gets colder and families are in their cars, but it's still being used. We only have 2 more days of the school before break. So the curbside wouldn't start until Monday when the kids are on holiday break. And so we felt like we'd give it 2 weeks and then reevaluate from there. So Pam, are you okay with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So I sent out an email to part-time staff notifying them of their opportunity to invest in Kentucky Deferred Comp. So we're working with those staff members who want to do that. Next month, I'll try to have the building and asset management policy ready for you guys to review. I was supposed to get that done this year, but with all the other policies that we got to write this year and approve, that kind of got put on the back burner. And then I'll have the open records policy handbook that's new, and the ethics policy for you guys in January. I haven't done anything with the fence line cleanup. I'm gonna try to postpone that a couple more months. We've got too much going on, and with the weather, it's kind of difficult to do that. I don't feel like anything is in danger, like the fence is there. I don't think a tree is gonna fall on the fence or anything like that. So I think we'll be okay. We got some good news from KDLA. We did receive the LTSA and KDLA workforce grant. We will receive 5 laptops, and we will receive funding for internet services for 5 hotspot devices. We don't have to buy any more hotspot devices. We already have those, but they will reimburse us for up to 5 devices for the next year. And if we do well with it, we can apply for another grant year and receive more funding for our hotspots. So part of that grant requires software to be installed to the laptops. There's a GPS location software so that if the laptop goes missing or the person doesn't return it, we'll be able to locate it. Filtering software, and there's a restorative software that restores the laptop back to its original condition if the person tries to download or save anything to the computer itself. So at least that's how I understand the software, how it works. So hopefully Julianne might have some input on that later, but we will receive about $3,500 in funding to cover the cost of that software over the course of the year. And then the laptops are actually purchased for us. They're going to ship those to us. So it'll bring in about $10,000 to $12,000 in funding and equipment over the next 2 years. So we're excited about that.
Great.
For programming, Hunter and we completed our VITA tax training preparation, and I will tell you, I will never be an accountant ever. So you will not give up my library career for that. Oh my gosh, it's tough. Our Thanksgiving dinner went really well through curbside. Jackie helped with that committee. She did a fabulous job, and we worked with Crystal Whitus and some other people in the community. Over 400 people were served that day, so it really went well, and I think we did it as safely as we could do it. They also had a family photos program over the last week. We were really we did not want to cancel that. We had such so many people called in for that, requesting that service, that we felt like people would be really disappointed. So we did it as safely as we could. We tried to separate people. The photographer was great, and I think we served over 70 families over the course of 3 days. So that was a really fun program. We also participated in the Christmas parade, and Jackie also took on that project. I helped out a little bit, but she got the float ready for us, and it was fun. It was a different program, and I think we got some positive feedback from the community, and if we do it again next year, we'll know what to do and what not to do. So does anybody have questions about programs or anything? Hey Doug, how you doing?
Sorry, I'm late, folks. Been a crazy day.
We totally get it. Thanks for coming. So strategic planning for next year. We are, I met with my programming team today, and we went over some guidelines for next year and what programs we need to maybe consider not doing, and programs that would possibly help next year. And I think we're going to go in we have a good direction and start, and hopefully we have come up with some good ideas. Probably not going to have, we're planning on summer reading to being a lot like last year, with a lot of outdoor programs, hoping that we could meet in small groups of 10 to 15. So, but most of the planning will be for those outdoor programs and probably grab and go things. I don't see a huge, I don't think there's going to be a huge change in the services and the way we do that in 5 or 6 months. Unfortunately, I hate that, but and we have to start planning now, like January and February is when our programmers start planning for summer reading. So, but we are working on it, and I think it's going to be it's going to be a fun summer reading program. The library statistics, they're doing, I think we're doing as well as we can. Our visits are down in November from last month. We had just over 1,300 people come through the doors, but we also had a lot more, the infection rate was a lot higher, and we had the Thanksgiving holiday as well. Our circulation is doing okay. We circulate about 12 to 1,300 items a month, and that is including our renewals. Our wireless is being used. It's on target. It's about the same as last year around this time. Over 1,100 people used wireless internet last month in November. Of course, our computer use is still down. We had about 130 uses this last November. It was twice that in November of last year. So Milton branch is also being used. The numbers are steady. Had 153 wireless sessions and in November, and 53 computer sessions. So it's doing good. Overdrive is also doing well. We had 440 checkouts in November, which is up from last month or in October, and we had 157 checkouts on using Hoopla. So all of those services are doing pretty well. BrainFuse is not doing well at all. We are considering not continuing that service next year, but that's the mentoring service that we added. So does anybody have any questions about statistics?
Nope.
Okay. It's also that time of year when you guys get to do my evaluation for the year. I don't know how you want to do this with it being an open meeting. And honestly, I don't have my final copy in front of me. I left that at my office, and I don't have it on my personal computer at home. So Hannah, I don't know how do you want to handle that? Do you want to just go through the topics and ask questions, or?
I believe we met privately and discussed it, and then brought you back in last year. Was I think I'm remembering right?
Yeah.
And we went
That's
over
correct.
together what the survey of staff. So it's up to you. And I also don't think that was, if we discuss your evaluation, it's not public.
If you'd like, I can put you in a breakout room where it's just the board talking.
Is it right, Smith, that when we discuss staff issues, it's not public?
And that it won't, I believe it, me and Dina will stay live and have a fun commentary on YouTube while you guys discuss.
Are you sure how that is? Are you sure that goes
That's how we do the code club room, the facilitator meetings. And then we were put in breakout rooms, but those breakout rooms were not on the live YouTube feed.
I think you can also go into closed session when you're doing virtual program or meetings. You can stop the feed,
Mhm.
Yeah.
the live feed, and I can log off and log back on when you text me, if you would prefer to do it that way. And then we know for sure it's not going on live, a live feed.
Are you okay? Are the rest of the board members okay with that?
Yes,
And everybody
So,
has the survey from the
Yep.
staff?
yes.
Okay. All right,
Okay,
and with
so-
that, we'll go to the closed session now and get off or go off the live feed on YouTube.
Okay.
Dina will
Yeah.
text you when we bring you back.
Thank you,
Give me a
Andrew.
moment to get